What's up, you guys? Back with another video for you guys today. Super excited about this one. I finally get to show you guys the turbo noise, the straight pipe, and the tuner on my 7.3 Powerstroke. Super excited about that, man. I mean, who doesn't like the way turbo sound? Who doesn't like the way straight pipe sound? Like, who does not like that stuff, right? I'm gonna do a couple revs for you guys on the engine bay and on the exhaust so you guys can hear what it sounds like, and then I'm gonna do a couple pulls for you guys. Nothing crazy, just a couple so you guys can hear the turbo and the exhaust, how it sounds when you get into throttle. So here's a Powerstroke, guys. So this is a Powerstroke. Remember, I did a video about it already. I introduced you guys to the truck finally. So yeah, guys, it's been driven. It's warm right now, so it's not gonna have like a loud cold start, but I'll tell you what, when it's like a fresh cold start, it is so loud. It's a straight pipe, so it's a 4-inch MBRP exhaust. And it has a Hydra tuner with, like, I think I have like 11 different tuners on there, and then I have a K&N intake on a stock turbo. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a, I guess you can call it a warm start so you guys can hear it. So that's a couple revs for you guys. The truck goes to 4,000 RPMs on the 7.3 Powerstroke. So I only revved it to about, I think, 3,000 RPMs, which is pretty high. I don't want to rev it hot, max it out, because then I feel like it's too much. I hope you guys like the way it sounds, man. 7.3 Powerstrokes, they sound really good. I don't think they sound anything like a 6.0, because a 6.0 straight pipe sounds like a straight jet. It's crazy. But I'm going to show you guys a turbo now. You guys can hear the little bit of the turbo flutters. So there's the K&N intake. There's the turbo right here. And I told you guys I have a Hydra tuner. My Hydra tuner is right here. I have it on setting 3. It's like my street tune. I think it adds like 40 horsepower on that tune. So it's nothing crazy. So that's a couple of revs for you guys. About 2,500 to 3,000 RPMs is what I'm getting the revs at. So I showed you guys the exhaust, man. It's a 4-inch MBRP exhaust, straight pipe with the turbo, and then it has that have a K&N intake with the Hydra tuner. It sounds pretty good. It sounds really good, actually. It almost sounds like a semi when you're driving. The turbo, like when you're driving, it sounds really good. It sounds really loud. So I'll show you guys right now what it sounds like. I'm gonna go do a couple of drives for you guys so you guys can hear what it sounds like inside the cab. You guys can hear the exhaust, and then you guys can hear when you're just driving normal what it sounds like. So. All right, guys. So we're inside the 7.3 on the Hydra tuner. I have it on number 3, which is like my street tune. It makes about 40 horsepower extra on that tune. You can get them pretty crazy. You can get them to go up to about 100 if you want. I don't want to do that much. It's pretty much a stock truck with the exhaust and the intake, right? So I don't really want to push it, and it runs good the way it does with me having it on setting 3. So yeah, guys, we're gonna do a couple little. So we have a straightaway here. We're like on where they park semis and stuff, but there's like nothing going on. It's super dry right now. So I'm just gonna do a couple pulls for you guys. You guys can hear what it sounds like. I'll roll down the windows a little bit so you guys can hear the exhaust. Let's just make this happen. So. We got up to about 45, 50 right there. It's a long straightaway. I mean, we still got more that way, but we're not gonna go and do anything crazy. So you guys kind of heard what it sounds like with the windows rolled down. All right, let's show you guys what it sounds like inside the cab now when the windows are all rolled up. So you guys can hear that. It sounds absolutely beautiful. Kind of gives me like semi vibes. I don't know if you guys have ever driven a semi or heard a semi when you're inside the cab. They sound similar. I think they sound really similar to 7.3s, man, because they're such big motors. So yeah, guys, that's just a couple videos guys showing you what the exhaust sounds like. Let me show you guys how the Hydra tuner works. So that's setting 3, right? Setting 2 doesn't add difference. I think that's my add plus 20. And then this is basically like on a stock. It's like a super stock tune. It doesn't really do much. And then if I go to 4, that's my high idle one. So it just high idles for you. See, I'll go back to 3. So it'll go back to normal. And then with my high idle, I guess you would use this for like when you're trying to warm your truck up and trying to warm up faster. You would put it on this and it just keeps it at that setting. Unless you come and mess with it. That's G4. 5 is I add 50. I kind of have them in order so that way it's easy to know what's what. So this is my plus 50. And it goes all the way up to G10, which I have 10 settings on here. But I really only use number 3. I think anything after that, you kind of, it's just a little much. So, yeah guys, if you guys have a 7.3, I would definitely recommend you guys adding a Hydra tuner. It absolutely opens your truck up and it gives it more power. These trucks are very reliable and they can handle it. Honestly, don't go too crazy with it, right? They have like big tunes you could throw on them. I wouldn't do that, but I run it with a plus 40 on there on my street tune, and it sounds really good and it drives really good. I like the way it shifts. I like the way it sounds, and it has more than enough power for me just casual driving, right? It's a straight pipe. Like I told you guys, it's a 4-inch straight pipe, MBRP with a 10-inch tip. U-Power is the brand I have of the tip. I paid like 80 bucks for that tip, and then the exhaust was like 500 bucks. And then the K&N intake was another 230, I believe, with the tuner. The tuner was a little pricier. I can't remember exactly the number, but I want to say like 300, 400 bucks. But it sounds really good. I definitely recommend you guys. If you guys have a 7.3, I would definitely recommend you guys straight piping them and getting a tune on them. That sounds absolutely beautiful. Here, I'll give you guys a little rev. You guys can hear from inside the cab. So. So you guys can hear that turbo and the exhaust. It sounds so beautiful. Yeah guys, that's gonna be it for the video today guys. I just want to show you guys a little bit what the straight pipe sounds like, what the Hydra tuner is, and what the truck sounds like when you're inside the cab and outside the cab, what it sounds like with the revving when you rev it inside the cab and outside. These 7.3 motors are super loud. So I mean, if you want a quiet diesel, I would definitely get something newer. Even the 6.0s have very loud motors. If you want a quiet diesel, get something newer. If you want a diesel that is louder, get a 6.0 or a 7.3. Their motors are naturally loud. They're just so loud. You can't quiet them down, but they come from factory. That's how the way they are. Yeah guys, that's gonna do it for today. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Catch you guys on the next one, man. Peace.